Have you ever been laughed at? Not jokingly, but like your dreams were a joke? I was. They mocked my clothes. They mocked my job. They mocked my future. And the funny part? The same people who laughed at me now whisper my name in rooms I once wasn't allowed to enter. This is how I went from mocked to millionaire. Hi, my name is Thomas. Let me take you back. Not to success, not to luxury, but to a tiny room with cracked walls and dreams that felt too big for the space they were born in. I wasn't special. No rich parents, no connections, no backup plan. Just a skinny kid with cheap shoes and a head full of ideas people loved to destroy. School was brutal. Teachers didn't believe in me. Friends didn't take me seriously. Relatives? They were worse. Every family gathering felt like a courtroom. Still doing that useless work? When will you get a real job? Look at him, always dreaming, never earning. And then came the laughter. Not loud, not dramatic. That quiet, dismissive laugh. The one that tells you exactly where you stand. At the bottom. I remember one moment clearly. A group of people I grew up with, standing around talking about their careers. Doctors, engineers, managers. Then someone looked at me and said, "So, what are you doing these days?" I told them, and they laughed. One of them said, "Be realistic. People like you don't become successful." That sentence didn't break me immediately. It stayed. It echoed. It followed me home. That night, I didn't sleep. Not because I was angry, because I was tired. Tired of explaining myself. Tired of being the joke. Tired of being underestimated. I stood in front of the mirror and asked myself a hard question. What if they're right? And then another question followed. What if they're wrong? That question changed everything. I didn't post motivational quotes. I didn't announce goals. I didn't argue. I disappeared. While they were scrolling, I was studying. While they were sleeping, I was learning skills nobody respected yet. I failed. A lot. I tried things that didn't work. I lost money I couldn't afford to lose. I questioned myself more times than I can count. There were days I ate once. Days I avoided calls. Days I almost quit. But something strange happened. Every insult, every laugh, every "you can't," it turned into energy. Not loud energy, cold energy. The kind that doesn't scream, it executes. Success doesn't come with music playing in the background. It comes with silence, long nights, no applause, no reassurance. Just you and doubt sitting next to you like an unwanted roommate. People stopped asking how I was doing. Not because they cared, because they assumed the answer. Still struggling. And I let them believe that. Because something powerful happens when nobody's watching. You stop performing. You start building. Slowly, piece by piece, I got better. Then something worked. Not viral success, not overnight money. Just enough to breathe. Enough to believe. Then another win. Then another. Still quiet, still unseen, but momentum was building. Here's the part most people don't see. The first big opportunity didn't come with celebration. It came with fear. I remember staring at my screen, hands shaking, thinking, if I mess this up, I'm finished. But I didn't mess it up. I over-delivered. That one opportunity turned into another, then referrals, then bigger numbers. For the first time in my life, money wasn't a problem. But I didn't upgrade my lifestyle. I upgraded my focus. I reinvested. I scaled. I learned faster. And suddenly, the same people who never checked on me started watching me, quietly, from a distance. Then came the moment. A reunion. Same people, same faces, different energy. This time, they asked questions, not mocking ones, careful ones. "So, what are you doing now?" I smiled, and for the first time, I didn't explain. I just said, "Business." Someone Googled my name. Their face changed. Another person checked their phone. Silence. The same silence I lived in for years. No apologies, no dramatic confrontation, just realization. They didn't laugh this time. They couldn't, because numbers don't lie, and success doesn't need permission. Here's the truth. The real revenge wasn't money. It wasn't status. It was this. I no longer needed their approval. The opinions that once crushed me now meant nothing. The laughter that haunted me now sounded small. And the people who once defined my limits couldn't even reach my level. I didn't become a millionaire to prove them wrong. I became a millionaire because I refused to accept their version of my future. If you're being mocked right now for dreaming, for starting late, for not fitting the mold, let me tell you something quietly. Mockery is often fear wearing confidence. People laugh when your ambition threatens their comfort. So don't fight them. Outgrow them. Work in silence. Let your progress make the noise. Because one day, they won't ask why you're dreaming. They'll ask how you did it. And that is the moment that makes every insult worth it. In the last, they mocked me. I stayed quiet and became a millionaire.